Alright, hello fun and welcome back to my Skyrim Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Portals of Skyrim mod, which was originally made by user MannyGT. It's now been ported over to Special Edition by user Urban. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is, well, like the name suggests, a number of portals scattered around Skyrim for you to use as an alternative means of fast travel. And I love this mod. I tend to quite enjoy RPing a character who can't fast travel, because it does, force you out into the world to experience things. But on occasion, it's nice to just go clear across the map without having to use the limitations of the cart system. And so having something like portals, or like what I do in my current stream that I do of having, teleportation spells, it's always nice to have. Now, in all, with this particular mod, you are going to get these very Stargate-esque portals scattered around the entirety of Skyrim. In total, there are 18 of them, and you'll find one of these portals at each of the major hold locations. You'll also find some scattered at the larger, more important villages, and there are even some portals just kind of seemingly out in the middle of nowhere, which can be fun, if you need to get closer to an intended goal. Now, it is quite easy to figure out where all of them are. Well, first off, any of the ones for a major hold, they're not going to be in the towns themselves. Like, of course, we're here at Whiterun, and this one is quite far outside of the city. But you can actually go into your map, and each of these new portals is actually given a location marker, which you can use the traditional fast travel method to get to, if you so desire. But yeah, you can see ones like there's the Hafengar portal over there, just outside of Solitude. We've got the Pale portal just north of Dawnstar, etc., etc. And some of the oddly placed ones, like the very, oddly named volcanic area portal, just putting you right smack dab in this part of Eastmarch, which is, alright. Well, yeah, so it is kind of cool. You get all 18 of them on the map, so you can see where they are before you do try and go to them, which is pretty neat. Now, I should mention that since it is adding in these portals into new locations in the world, well, you may have some issues with any mods that place anything in those areas. Like, for instance, if I actually fast travel to Rorikstead on these, because I have a mod that expands Rorikstead, well, the portal's inside of one of the new houses that does get added in. And this mod maker has sort of taken that into account. There are two separate style downloads for this, one being for Vanilla Edition, which is what I currently have installed, putting them at, locations that work perfectly fine in the base game. There is also another download for the Great Cities in Towns mods, so that it does adjust the locations so that, you don't run into those issues. So quite nice to have those two things. Now, as for how this exactly works, well, it's pretty simple. Now, you're not just going to walk up the stairs and walk through the portal. No, you have to activate the thing first. And so to do that, you go up to this stone. All the portals will be identical, the, nice steps going up to the Stargate-esque ring, and we'll have this more lighter colored stone up in the front, where if we just activate portal, we can select between one of the 18 different things we have. And as you can see here, we've got Eastmarch, Valkyrie, Hafengar, Yamamarsh, the Pale, the Reach, the Rift, Whiterun, Winterhold. Then we hit others, we get the rest of Riverwood, Dragon Bridge, Volcanic Area, that one I still don't understand why that's there, but okay, the Thalmor Embassy, Ivarstead, Lake Ilinalta, Old Yarden, and Labyrinthia, and finally, Rorikstead. And you'll notice in this UI there is a bit of a limitation that if we accidentally hit other and we needed to go back, we can't. But it's a fairly simple thing to do. If, say, we want to go to the Pale and we accidentally went to this page, well, let's just click on, say, Riverwood. Boom, the portal activates, and we could now go up and activate this to travel there. But you know what? I really want to go to the Pale. So let's go back in, hit the Pale. It will reactivate the portal, opening it to the correct place. And now that we've got the pails selected, we can just go interact with that, and we will load in to just north of the city there. We're going to be right over by the crypts, and you'll notice it's actually gotten darker. This is my one problem that I have with this mod. Overall, I quite like it. I think the positions of the portals are pretty cool. I like the portal themselves, and just a new magical way of fast traveling is neat. But apparently, to get these portals to function with companions so that they actually travel with you, it has to function basically like doing a normal in-game map fast travel. Now, if you're not playing with any companions, or say if you're using a companion mod that can teleport them to you separately by summoning them, you can actually do a console command to turn this part off, so it actually will function like you would imagine a portal. You just go from one area to another instantaneously. But if you are using followers to go to anywhere, it is going to put you into somewhere, you know, as time passes. But overall, I still think it's quite worth it, even with that issue. I mean, it's not the biggest issue ever. I just do wish that even with followers, it would work as you would think a portal would. But with the options you have of either just putting in a console command to shut it off, or, you know, other companion mods to summon your people, that should work just fine. Now, my only other minor complaint is the location of some of the portals. As you can see here, we just came over here to Riverwood, and yeah, the portal's kind of, you know, across the river, kind of in a weird spot, and it's the same thing with a lot of them. Like you did notice in Whiterun, it's pretty far outside of Whiterun. Some of them aren't too bad, like Riften's is pretty much right outside the stable over there. The one for Windhelm, also kind of far away, I think, all the way across the bridge. But, you know, overall, I still think it's a pretty good thing, especially when you do have some more interesting locations. Like, where was the one portal I was thinking of heading to that was very inconvenient as a portal? Oh, I think it was the lake. Let's go back over there. Very inconvenient as a portal because it literally puts you in the middle of a lake, but kind of cool because it puts you over by one of the shrine things. Let's just go right on over there through the loading screen and come up to the lake. There we go. Now, as you can see, we're just like sitting right in the middle of the lake on this island, but hey, we have access to the Lady Stone without having to swim. So yeah, kind of an inconvenient location for said portal, but overall, I still think it is pretty fun and useful. And hopefully you think so too. So if you'd like to take a look at this mod for yourself, which I'd certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that, my friends, is going to be it for this particular episode today. Hopefully you all have enjoyed, and you do come back for the next episode when we'll hopefully be looking at another wonderful mod. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one!